Hey everyone, I hated to stop in the middle of a dialogue box, but we were running out of time last time, and we were talking to Azra, the representative for the Alphans, who is the light-based opposite of Mr. Dark Demon Guy Visner of the Alphans. And we were trying to get some answers here out of these guys. You said they were created after you were. How do you know that? Oh, yes, well, okay. That explains everything right there. You getting in my face? You want to say those losers came first? Okay, here we go. Here's the situation. Two single-celled organisms, each incapable of survival on their own. One lives in light, the other lives in darkness. Each must live a limited and unstable life without the other. Yes, we have to do this. We have to get these guys together, working together. You don't want to spend your whole lives being antagonists against each other and fighting and all that. You want to be together. You want your combined strength to carry you through the years. So here we go. We are going to get a compromise going between these two, and Azra is going to give us the source sample that we need. Now, you don't want to talk to these guys too much because you can't annoy them by going back and forth between them too much. So we're pretty much done with Azra. Let's go ahead and let's scan these, let's scan this little thing. A lot of life within that porthole. Well, okay, we want to get this thing. There we go. And now we got one of the two sample dishes that we need. This one feels warm to the touch. So now let's go back over to Visner, now that we've heard Azra's side of the story. And we're going to go back and we're going to tell him what happened. And surely Visner is going to believe, oh, so you heard them. You heard why those bloodthirsty angels suck, right? Well, no. Here's what we decided on. And they won't just appear to life after the first time. You have to get the projection back, so you get Spock to do that, because he's the guy that's good with the machines. We're going to get Visner back, and we're going to reactivate him and talk over the situation. I love how they all turn to face him like, yes. Oh, yeah. Am I right or am I right? Are the Omegans not a fanatical race? I almost said fantastical. I assume they filled your heads with their warped theology. Let's see. These are both actually fairly good choices. But let's try to get Visner to see the light. Let's not accuse him directly of anything. This is actually the kind of worst choice, because you're directly antagonizing Visner this way. It's like, you said this, you're wrong, so you want to go with the two choice, which is a little softer. Are you utterly ungrounded in logic? Well, Well, let's see. That's an okay choice right here. That's not a nice one. And here we go. We have to get the answers from them in order to persuade them. They have to provide the arguments themselves. You can't just say, you're stupid, you need to do this. You need to let them see why it's a good idea to combine their races into one, way better race. We know we came first because they invaded us. There are like 9 million things wrong with that sentence. I don't even know where to start. Visner, you need to get your head on straight. Yeah, how do you know? So you get kind of the same conversation here as you did with Azra. Each race believes that they came first. And so you have to convince them that only through mutual cooperation and our help can you reunite. Oh, Johns, you stay out of this. Your position is unassailable. So we have succeeded here, and now Visner is going to give us his sample dish. So now we've got the two of them. We can go ahead and combine them into one master race that will be able to thrive and survive and live well on this barren world. Why ever they... Oops, I totally sausage-fingered while I was trying to press the walk key. So that explains that funky pause. My bad. So let's walk on out here, and now we can get involved in this little thing with the... We can get involved with this machine here. We can start putting our sample dishes together. Just put the first one in this little spot right here. Go ahead and open up both little bays there, and we'll get it going. That's strange. These machines have been here for 50,000 years, and yet they still work perfectly. Are you sure it was the machine, Johns, or was it user error? And here is the crux of this mission right here, the gooey, creamy moral center. I can do the job, sir, if you'll just shut your hole. Oh, well, we don't want to get too rough with him. There we go. Let's be nice. Let's get some answers here. Why isn't this working? You know what's right and wrong here? Well, frankly, right and wrong isn't what's important. There we go. This is the best answer for what I'm looking for. You are here as a genetic engineer, not a philosopher. And if I say that we're going to combine these life forms, then dang it, we're going to combine these life forms. So there we go. Do what I say. This is your mission. These are your orders. You do it. There we go. So now we can do this again. Except, Ensign Johns is kind of like, well, just beam me back to the Enterprise. I'm not gonna combine an evil organism with a good one. But he's getting mixed up again. He doesn't realize that the angel and the demon are just constructs. So what you have to do is you have to convince him, here we go. This is the best choice right here. You can tell because of the little scroll bar. The projections seem sophisticated and human, but they're constructs. All you have for the DNA is like single-cell creatures. These are both actually fairly good answers. These are both fairly logical answers. 3, it starts off with look, mister, so you know that's wrong. 1 or 2 should be pretty acceptable answers, so I'm going to go with 1 here. There we go. Faith that requires justification isn't really faith, is it? I wish I could highlight this game sometimes. Alright. The sequencer indicates that they need to be combined for their continued survival. Well, he hasn't done a whole lot of talking, but whatever. So now you can do this right. Johns will put the sample in the machine and he will sequence it properly. There we go. Now that you've talked Johns into doing things the right way, we can go ahead and we can combine these samples and we can take it into that back room there. And we can make the new form of life. This sample sequence is like a dream. And you can do that one first and he'll do it because it's the good race, the so-called, you know, quote-unquote good race, and he'll go ahead and he'll sequence it. It's only the blue dish that he has the real problem with. So now that both of those are sequenced, let's use him on a... Let's go ahead and use him on the sequencer again. Alrighty. Ready to use the replicator to produce a sample, so now let's get him to do that. There we go. There's our little green dish right there. Let's go ahead and let's take that. Don't tell me that I fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain anything, stupid game. Alright. Alright, now let's go back here to this room. This is where we're going to put the new sample in the machine. I love this little sad song that's quiet, like nothing's happening, and I love the light coming in through the door too. That just shines right on that machine. It's so perfect. So let's go ahead. We've come pretty far today, so we're going to save our game right here. And we're going to go ahead and let's scan this machine right here. Let's see what Spock has to say about it. It's pretty much the same as all the others. Take a look at that fancy keyboard. Computer is functional. Okay, that's weird. Let's go ahead and let's just... Doesn't seem to be too much going on here, so let's stick the sample in the machine. Alright, colony's getting a foothold. McCoy scans it. They are building to a level sufficient for sending out a signal 100 times stronger than the one that brought us here. Alrighty, awesome. And here is the new projection of the life form. Now, here's where fixing the satellites is important, because if we had not fixed the satellites beforehand, this projection would have fuzzed out and been very fuzzy, and we would have had to go out, fix the satellite, come back and do that. and that's what lowers your score, is not going ahead and fixing the thing first. So if you go ahead and you fix the satellites first, this projection will stay clear and crisp the whole time. I'm authorized to tell you the true nature of this planet and those who brought you here. All you need to do is ask. So finally, we're going to get some solid answers. This mission is connected to the second mission, the Sentinel mission. It's all kind of part of the main story arc of this game. This mission is actually a continuation of Sentinel. And in the unexpected necessary realignment of our communications array, see, you have to go do that before you can talk to this guy and get anything useful out of him. Of the 16 stations reporting at this point, there have been 50% fatalities, 30% other failures, and only 20% successes. One group got points for style. Points for style? Here we go. This is your best choice right here. We want to be as cool and calm as possible. Alright. Awesome. This is a good point right here. This is something I always miss at first. You will also note that the more demonic of the creatures displayed a passivity you did not expect. Visner was pretty nice and genial, while the morally pure creature was aggressive and bloodthirsty. Sure was. Noted and duly dealt with. Well, I always forget to note them, but whatever. Alright. Awesome. You passed quite admirably. The Brassica are impressed. And Spock has a few things to say about the Brassica. It's a nice little mental image we can get there. Although we have no visual evidence to back this up. They visited this place well before humans had left the Cro-Magnon stage of development. Wow. This never fails to blow my mind. I love this part. That's no small feat right there, actually. Awesome. Thank you for all that useful information. And more you shall know as you continue on the quest. We'll be going on more missions involving the Brassica soon. We'll learn more, we'll find out more things, and we'll pass more tests. But now it's time to beam up to the Enterprise and be done with this mission for today. So, let's see if we nail that 100%. Yep. Just like in Revelations. It's kind of a uncomfortable analogy, but whatever. Alright, there we go. Let's hope Vincent Johns isn't such a bigot anymore. I love that joke. Oh, this game is funny. It appears that Dr. McCoy did not learn the lesson. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. Womp womp. Well, let's go ahead and let's get our score for the game. Let's, yes, I'd like to worry about the Brassica too, because the missions involving them are pretty dang awesome. Points for style, yeah, okay. Well, enough unanswered questions. Let's answer the question of how I did today. Bring it up. 100%, there we go. A perfect mission. You are a model for all Starfleet. Well, you know, just being little old me. Well, tomorrow we will come back and we will start on mission number 5, which is called Voids, which is a pretty hard mission to 100%. I'm going to give it the old college try, but it's the one mission I've never been able to score 100% on. We'll see if I can do that tomorrow. Warp Factor 5, Sulu. Let's get out of here. See you guys tomorrow.